1. Ellie? 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 Elementary abode! Yes? Have you done something new with the office?
Fireplace.
It does add something.
Yes. Not wholly deficient for what was once a dingy custodial closet in our elementary school.
Well, after 100 mysteries officially solved on behalf of our school, it was the least they could do. I suppose it does not hurt when it's your uncle who is principal of the building? Nothing. Listen, Ellie. I do mean it when I say a sincere congratulations on 100 cases successfully closed.
Yes, I suppose that is something. Is it not? You helped out on 1 or 2 of those cases, didn't you, John?
All of them. In fact, I have been taking notes, collecting evidence, dealing with the authorities, and keeping your uncle out of our hair since you were in 1st grade and I was in kindergarten. 5 years now.
What was that, John?
Don't worry about it. What is on the docket today then, Ellie?
Today is the day my young cousin Irene arrives to begin her apprenticeship.
Don't remind me. Honestly, Ellie, won't you reconsider? Your cousin is, well, I mean, with what we do and all, she's just so... Cousin!
How was your trip?
Terribly difficult. I spent the last 3 hours hanging from your playground monkey bars due to a random kindergartner informing me that the wood chips beneath my feet were actually burning hot. And I could not touch them or I would be out. Then I spent the next 3 hours looking for one of those cement things that went on the sides of roads and lawns and buildings that people walk on. One of those walking things that run on the sides to lead to the door if you're above the school. You mean a sidewalk? Oh, hello, John. I didn't even see you there.
Miss Abode, we have received an urgent email message that just arrived via our secure and encrypted server.
Thank you, Hudson.
Will that be all, Mrs. Abode?
Tea for 2 please, Hudson.
Very well.
Yes, yes. Very interesting indeed. What do you think of that, Irene?
It seems to be written backwards. You have it backwards. It appears to be written in some strange language. Now you're reading it upside down. Give me that. It reads, to the highly esteemed elementary abode, congratulations on your perfect record of 100 cases taken on and 100 cases solved. Be warned, however, your streak has officially come to an end. You have finally met your match, abode. You are good, but I am better. Even your ample skills will flail like a drowning rat when facing the crimes I'm about to commit in your precious school. You will be as helpless as a 1st grader staring blankly at a page of long division while my 4 perfect crimes unfold one by one. You will be powerless to stop me, abode. You will leave the school in shame, your record tarnished, your accomplishments meaningless, and your legacy destroyed. Happy hunting, Mr. X.
The game is afoot! I have not been challenged like this in many moves. This dastardly criminal will not get the best of me with less than a week before I graduate the 5th grade. John?
Yes?
John?
Yes?
John?
Yes?
You dared fetch me my hat and coat out of my locker, would you? Thank you, Hudson.
justice relegated to the hooligan chairs. When I arrived at this school this morning, I noticed my blinds were closed. While this is unusual, it was nothing compared to the shock I got when I opened them back up. Safeties, if you would please.
Great Caesar's ghost, Principal Mycroft! You've been vandalized!
This is clearly the first of 4 crimes Mr. X will commit. He's sending me a message. Eyes of the school. Eyes on windows. Principal's eyes.
Elementary. I cannot run a school like this. For one, the students in the hooligan chairs will lose all the respect for me. Ellie, I need a word in private.
So, what are you in for?
Eating other people's lunches!
Delicious. And you? Eating paste. Oh. And markings. Ah. And some dog found under my chair. Not as delicious. Third time gets wrong.
I am being falsely accused of excuse me, eating kindergartners. Kindergartners? Why, that's simply dreadful. You should try free boys. They're much cleaner and low in cholesterol.
Excuse me, miss. No fraternizing with the prisoners. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. No fraternizing with the guests.
Please,
Please?
please.
Please. I have briefed my Uncle Mycroft on Mr. X's letter and his nefarious plans for our school. He wants these shenanigans in Miss Cringe shut down, and shut down now. Irene, you're with me. We need to head over to the chemistry lab in the 5th grade wing and get this paint analyzed. If we can find out what kind of paint was used, we might just get a lead on this dastardly criminal.
Sure thing, cousin.
John, I have an extra important job for you.
Yes, Ellie?
Head back to my locker and get my spare jacket. I think this one got some schmaltz on it when I ring with it. Up inside Professor M's file cabinet, rests the only copy of the all-important NWMEAP Cognitive Standardized Efficiency Exam. And it had been stolen. Clearly, Mr. X has struck a second time. Professor M summoned the fifth grade safeties immediately, who themselves wasted no time telling elementary abode to this new diabolical crime scene. Ellie, John, and Irene find distraught Professor M contemplating the ramifications of this bold crime from the most daring of criminals. Oh, Ellie, thank goodness you've come. Whatever we can do to help, Professor, we are at your service.
What happened here, Professor?
Oh, it is terrible. The only copy of the NWMEAP Cognitive Standardized Efficiency Exam has been stolen right out of my double-locked file cabinet.
A test? Like 2 plus 2 equals 5 ABC? Stuff like that? No, you...
The NWMEAP Cognitive Standardized Efficiency Exam is without a doubt the most difficult and impossible test in the history of elementary school. No one has ever gotten a perfect score on it. In fact, it is thought to be impossible.
Ellie herself has the highest score on record with a 92%, seeing how no teacher in this school has ever even cracked 80%.
Maybe, Professor M, but it was only through your guidance and expert tools that I was able to reach such heights. I owe you so much, and I swear that this terrible mystery that is plaguing our school here will be solved. Irene, dust your fingerprints and collect evidence. If Mr. X makes a mistake, I want to be here to take advantage. Aye, aye, Captain.
This ago, we've received another communication on the cryptid line from Mr. X.
Thank you, Hudson. Dearest Abode, 2 down, 2 to go, and still no closer to catching me. How sad for you and your school as well. The clock is ticking, Miss Abode. How delicious and refreshing it will be when you leave this school for 6th grade in less than a week as a complete and utter failure. Your legacy and greatest accomplishments stolen right out from under you. How delicious indeed. What was your superior, Mr. X? P.S. I included a copy of my answers to the impossible test I stole. Bon appetit.
This is astounding. This is a perfect score. I never entertained the thought, the possibility. Elementary, Mr. X is a genius without peer.
Impressive. Most impressive.
Ellie, you must be cautious. This mystery is quickly spiraling out of control. This Mr. X, I'm reluctant to say that he may be beyond even your uncanny ability.
John,
Yes, Ellie?
this has gone on long enough.
I heartily agree.
I believe it is just about time, yes, for lunch. Please, dear, reserve us a table in the cafeteria, would you?
Yes, sir.
I found myself parched after a hard couple days of work. Now, I don't take too kindly to dry mouth if you follow me.
Yes, sir. I follow you quite clear. What can I get for you? We have white whole milk, white 2% milk, white skim milk, white 0.5% milk, white whole milk, white half and half, and white milk.
How about you fetch me a big, tall glass of chocolate milk?
So, you like the hard stuff, eh?
Just give me the moo juice, lady.
Good gravy, sinister Sebastian Moran, the most vile, villainous, criminal, bully, truant, cheater, thief, and degenerate nose-picker the school has ever seen. And just look at what he has brought in with him.
Oh, you're right. Those boots totally clash with that vest. And that hat. Don't even get me started.
No, you! Elementary, he has red spray paint. And that ream of paper. It is of shocking similar size and shape to what was stolen from the professor's file cabinet.
Come on, we can end this right here. Well, well. If it isn't my old nemesis, sinister Sebastian Moran. I warned you, Moran. Your criminal ways are over. Sending you off to 4 school suspensions and 12 detentions over the years wasn't enough for you. Now you're facing expulsion for this, you rogue.
Oh, back off, Gold. I don't even know what you're yammering about.
Don't let him get away with that, Ellie.
Get your filthy paws off me. I'm going straight, I tell you.
Don't play coy with me, scoundrel. The evidence is right here before us. You've been caught red-handed, if you'll forgive the pun. That red spray paint matches that of the weapon of choice used in the shocking vandalism at the principal's office. And that ream of paper matches that of the description of the salacious test stealing from Professor M's file cabinet. You're quite simply guilty!
This so-called evidence is not evidence of anything besides my new noble pursuit of the arts.
Your what?
You heard me, Bold. I'm an artiste. The red spray paint is for the new mural in the school library, commissioned by none other than your uncle, Principal Mycroft. And this is the script I have written for a play, directed by your favorite teacher, Professor M. Hi. Nothing to say, Bold. No grand deduction or witty retorts. I guess detective work isn't so easy when you can't just blame old sinister Sebastian Moran and close another case.
Don't believe in Elementary.
That means if you're innocent, then...
That's right. Your criminal is still out there and could strike at any minute. And now, if you losers will excuse me, I will celebrate my victory over the legendary elementary abode, tall, refreshing glass brown towels. Dirt? What is it? What darnation is going on?
My milk supply has been sabotaged. All my milk is now dirt.
The third crime! And it's still fresh! Mr. X must be close! I have a feeling that the fourth and final crime will come quick on the heels of this dastardly daring deed. John, you search the upper bathrooms. I'm going to check the classrooms in the teacher's lounge, and Irene, stay here and dust the fingerprints. If Mr. X makes a mistake, I want to be here
open my mouth a little bit.
Elementary of Rose was closed. Mr. X was about to bring here home and for the last time. It's just the where, the how, and the what that still eludes her. The clues were puzzles. It was just a matter of fitting all the puzzle pieces together, thus getting a larger picture this master criminal was so deftly painting. Unfortunately, this was one case Elementary of Rose would not solve in time. Even with her wealth and years of experience, something about this particular case just stands right outside of the rest. There was something so familiar about this crime, and yet solving it felt so foreign and strange to her. No, Ellie will not leave her elementary school experience with one more close case to her credit. The threat now sent to theater goal. Mr. X will not escape and he will be caught. I can hear the gears turning in your heads now. How is it possible for Mr. X to be brought to justice without the greatest detective in history of private education solving the crime? Alas, my lips are sealed. That information will not be brought out of this narrator. Let me instead focus you once again on Young's escape, with the exciting conclusion to Elementary 101 awaits. Why are we here?
Well, Robert Louis Stevenson said that we are here to become what we are and become what we are capable of becoming. Douglas Adams said that the entire universe in all of its questions are answered by the number 42. And Socrates, while Chuggawummy Hemlock was famously quoted as saying,
No, no, no. Not why are we here? Why are we here? Right here, right now, in this dark, kind of spooky school gym?
oh, why are we here? That one is easy. We are guardians of a Puzzle Case Solved trophy that will go on display for the whole school tomorrow morning and then be presented to the great elementary folk at 5th grade graduation next week.
Whoa, would you look at that? I didn't even see that there.
How could you not have seen it? We have been standing there for 3 hours.
Well, it is pretty cool looking, I will say that. I'm going to Mr. S. Or should I say, John? John, how could you?
Don't act so surprised, Elementary. This was bound to happen as soon as you decided to replace me with your dim, clumsy, half-witted, and altogether useless cousin. If I was going to be so callously ignored, misused, discarded, and dismissed by you, then by Jove, I would show you what I was capable of. I would show the world that I was the equal of the great elementary abode. You may have solved 100 cases before graduation, yet an airy one of them could have been solved without my diligence and brilliance. And pigs would fly before I allowed you to solve your 101st. Alas, it appears no one invests you, Ellie.
Of course I was really angry to replace you.
Ha! I knew it!
You're replacing because you were to replace me. I'm getting too old for this sort of thing. Middle school and all. You're right, John. You're not my equal. You've always been my better.
Irene and I? Partners? But that is ridiculous. She's just so, and such a, well,
A more talented, intuitive detective than I ever was? Oh, most certainly. I didn't even catch you at all. In fact, your crimes and letters left me quite befuddled about this whole business. It was Irene, and Irene alone who cracked this case. Cousin, if you would please. Let us begin at the beginning, shall we? Your strong dislike of me has been evident since day one. The furious typing on your iPad following my arrival on the scene was noted and suspiciously corresponded with Mr. X's first encryption cracking letter. An encryption that very few people from your tight-knit group would have been capable of deciphering, I might add. The letter itself was beautifully crafted, yet clearly obsessed with Ellie's legacy and her, not your 100 cases solved. Your first crime, the crime where you vandalized the windows, the red eyes hidden behind closed blinds, clearly symbolizing that Ellie has been blind to your contributions all these long years. The fact that the crime was perpetrated in Principal Mycroft's office, our own uncle's, suggested that the criminal was close to Ellie, someone she knew, and knew well. The stolen NWNEAP cognitive standards efficiency exam from Professor Adams' file left me perplexed as to motive for nearly 60 seconds until Mr. X's second letter arrived with the answers to the test attached. Your perfect score was transparently symbolic to your perceived superior intelligence overall, including my cousin. The letter itself was right, pun most certainly intended, with appetite and food imagery. You were telegraphing the third crime. Did someone with the intelligence to manifest a perfect score on Professor M's exam would not be so careless. We are being manipulated and pushed toward witnessing the third crime. Mr. X knew that sinister Sebastian Moran, Elementary's longtime rival, would be at the Milk Saloon. His presence and suspicious possession of red spray paint and a test-like document was to be a red herring to throw Elementary off the trail, which it successfully did, as you know. However, the sabotaging of the chocolate milk supply with dirt was an obvious analogy to how you felt you were being used in your psychic role, as in, treated like dirt. But it's a reference to me, your perceived rival and replacement, as in, she is as dumb as dirt. Ah, but the fourth crime, Mr. X's grand finale. That one you cannot hide, unfortunately. Mr. X's obvious obsession with the elementary evoke legacy and reputation careful was as clear as a nose on your face. And what better physical manifestation of said legacy is there than 100 cases of trophy? In the end, you led us right to you. The connection between Mr. X and the faithful, dedicated assistant, elementary my dear John. 2 points, please.
Dumbfounded. I don't know what to say.
Allow me to fill the verbal gap. Take them away, boys. Well, cousins, this trophy for 100 cases solved has been outdated. Congratulations on case 101.
I beg to differ, cousin.
I will be leaving these hallowed halls with only 100 crimes solved. For this is not my 101st, but it is simply and most deservedly your first.